Hello, today I'll be presenting my final writing project through video, and this is for the class Academic Research and Writing, and it's called Snapchat vs. Text. First, I'll just be going over some points in my main paper, and then I'll talk about what I got from writing the paper. In today's world, there are lots of ways to communicate each other, but in my paper, I focus on communicating through Snapchat versus communicating through text messaging. Alright, let's get into my literature review, where I talk about what is Snapchat exactly. And what I found is that Snapchat is an app that allows people to send Snapchats, so pictures or videos, to each other that disappears in 10 seconds or less. The only way to actually save something off of Snapchat is actually by chatting someone in a chat section and manually saving it, or screenshotting it, which a lot of mobile devices now are able to do. Snapchat came out in 2011 by Evan Spiegel and Bobby Murphy, who went to Stanford. Okay, so texting came out, it was developed in the 1980s, and it became popular in the 1990s, and texting is saved automatically. There are receipts unless you delete them, but the messages can be saved to the cloud and lots of people can read them. Snapchat is just an easier way to communicate because if someone asks how you're doing or what you're doing, all you have to do is send a picture, so it only takes a couple of steps, whereas texting might take multiple steps and you have a service plan, but for Snapchat you only need Wi-Fi, and texting takes longer just to type everything out, what you're doing, how you're feeling, so Snapchat is an easier way and more fun and personal way to communicate. So the fact that a Snapchat disappears within 10 seconds, unless, like I said, you manually save it, and text messaging, it can usually be retraced and there's receipts to it. Snapchat allows people to be carefree, not portray a perfect person, and you can be flirty with it, you can send silly faces and be goofy, and it could attract more of the opposite sex rather than just portraying a perfect person where, if you're trying to flirt, it might be intimidating for the other person. So with all these features that Snapchat has, all the concepts it has, it brought in a lot of revenue for it and made it really popular. It's super cool, and lots of other apps are starting to keep up with the trend, just like how other people want to keep in with the trends, wear the same style, have the same style, wear the same clothes. Apps are doing the same thing to make more revenue, to become more popular, and just to stay in with what the society wants. So Snapchat is an app that is allowing people to follow its trend. It has great concepts, has great features. It's super creative, and it's also a cooler way to communicate. And lots of, not just younger generations like millennials, but older adults are just starting to use it, and we went from using telegrams or mail and stuff like that to texting, calling, and now we're on pictures and video calling. So whatever technology is out there, it's allowing people to make more technology and more inventions. So the next level of communication should be really cool. It may not be as fast, but it should be even cooler and more captivating and exciting. Okay, and that basically concludes my paper, so thank you for listening.